barely slept that night, fussing and worrying about this love triangle I'd foolishly stumbled into. I had to stop these feelings before their roots reached too far into my heart to weed out. Lily said she wouldn't be upset since we're friends, but I still didn't think it was fair that I pursued these feelings when I knew how much she liked Saul. But I did, not knowing what to do about this. Lily openly told me she wasn't going to confess her feelings, and it would be wrong of me to tell Saul how she feels. And Saul is no doubt too dense to notice on his own, no offence to him. I sighed, wandering the hallways, which I'd been doing since breakfast. "Oh, Lady Aura." A startled voice yanked me from my thoughts. I jumped away from Saul, who was walking down the hall in the opposite direction. A deep blush spread across his cheeks. "My apologies, you seemed so deep in thoughts." Do you have a problem?" I tilted my head to the side, confused by Saul's shaken demeanour. He always seemed so calm and collected about everything. It was unnerving because the shyer his behaviour, the more anxious I felt. Things were changing too quickly for me to keep up. Shaking my head a little to get my mind on track, I looked up at Saul. Oh no, have you fallen in love before? What do you think of Lily?" Tipping his head to one side, Saul raised his hand to his lips and considered my question. After a moment, a playful look spread across his face. "That's rather a vague question, Lady Aura." I stared at Saul, not sure if he was being coy or oblivious. "Well, for example, I think she's an excellent maid, always tending to the chores on time and with accuracy. I also think she has a lot of potential and could do whatever she sets her mind to." I resisted the urge to slump expeditiously. I should have known the question would need to be specific to get through to Saul. "I mean, what do you think of her as a girl?" Frowning his eyebrows, Saul's expression looked on one of confusion. "I think she's certainly pretty and rather whimsical. She and Gold were quite similar that way." "No, I mean, well, I stopped, lost for words. I knew Lily didn't want me to outright tell Saul of her feelings, but I don't think being sly was going to work either. I was too caught up in my question and I missed what Saul said next. "As for what I think of her, about you, Lady Aura..." "Oh, wait, no, wait, why is Saul after me?" "Sorry, Saul, I didn't quite hear you." Saul's cheek flushed bright pink and he looked away. No, never mind." An awkward silence drifted between us. Saul appeared thoughtful about something, and I was suddenly too nervous to ask what. "The truth is, I don't know what it feels like to be in love." He shifted his gaze back to me, the red in his cheeks seeming to deepen. I resisted the urge to look down, struggling to maintain my composure and not to assume anything. Though perhaps I have already fallen for someone. A soft sigh followed Saul's confession, making it very hard to figure out what he meant. Who was he talking about? Really? Saul gazed at me a moment, his jewel eyes glistening like the mid-afternoon sun streaming in from the window. I didn't realise how hot my cheeks were until Saul's cool fingers brushed against them, moving a stray lock of hair behind my ear. "Ah!" Saul sighed, his fingers lingering at my ear. I wonder. Before I could get my thoughts under control and say something more than his name, Saul pulled his hand away and walked towards the window. To tell the truth, it doesn't matter. I doubt she would love me back. I tilted my head, my brow instinctively frowned. Ignoring my flustered heartbeat, I tried again to figure out who Saul meant. Lily wasn't shy about her feelings, but then Saul was dense about that sort of thing. Still, that last part bothered me. No matter what he meant, I didn't understand why he was giving up without even trying. Saul didn't seem like himself. "What makes you say that, Saul?" I stepped closer. Sighing, Saul rested against the windowsill. "I'm not the perfect prince you and Lady Lily keep calling me. I act this way because it's my role. I'm sure that wouldn't change how Lily feels about you." I clasped my hand on my mouth, eyes open wide. That was the one thing I wasn't supposed to say. Before I could try and recover, Saul looked over at me. His smile was soft but so sad. Something in his expression told me the truth. You knew. So why pretend that you don't? I can't accept or reject your feelings for me. I can't bear to hurt my friend. I didn't know what to say. I knew Lily wouldn't stop being Saul's friend, but it wasn't right to speak for her in this situation. Lady Lily is a great person. She deserves someone better than me. Saul? I wanted to say something reassuring to Saul, but my thoughts were confused. He said he didn't feel the same towards Lily. But if not Lily, was it some girl he knew in the past before the curse happened? I wondered if that was why Saul seemed so unhappy. He lost the girl he loved, and he thinks she won't accept him after all these years. Then I looked up. I saw his gaze drifting out the window. I am but a puppet with its strings still attached to its master. No matter what I enjoy or love in life, I have to live up to my father's expectations. I hesitated, surprised to hear Saul's admission. I've been here at the mansion for quite some time now, but this is the first time Saul lowered his guard with me. I wonder if I will still be accepted if I bring down the perfect facade I've been keeping up for so long. Saul, not to be disrespectful, but your father isn't here anymore. Can't you just be yourself again? Saul twisted to look at me. Surprise lifted from the melancholy away from his face for a moment. His shoulders then slumped as he shook his head. The memories haunt me every night. I always see him watching my every move, and then his disappointment look whenever I mess up. It's paralyzing. A sharp pain dug in my chest. Seeing Saul like this, so hurt and vulnerable and sad, was painful. My heart was still not beating properly, and this feeling wasn't good at all. So you see, Lady Aura. Saul turned his body towards me, still leaning against the window. I felt him looking at me, though I'm not sure he really saw me anymore. Even if I weren't in love with someone, I'd always have a list of potential wives, thanks to my father. It's just my fate. The thought of Saul being with someone he didn't have feelings for left me uncomfortable and bothered. But what bothered me more than the thought of Saul being with another girl? It's your life, Saul. You should be allowed to live it as you want. I blurted this statement out before Saul could say anything else. Then he looked over at me, his brow frowned into a confused tangle. Those beautiful green eyes stared at me like I'd lost my mind. Well, it's just... Lady Aura, what you're proposing is not so simple. If I were, I'd have done so already. I've always been tied to my father's strings. Biting my lips and shifting to one side, I spoke the first thing I thought of. How can I cut the string? You'll be able to cut the string. How will he be able to cut the strings if we've been trying and find out how to cut the strings? If you can't, then I'll cut them. I want you to be happy, Saul. After speaking, I bowed my head, embarrassed that I'd made such a bold proposal. Then only silence greeted me. I looked up towards Saul, as nervous as I was curious. He didn't seem happy about what I said, more like lost. Great. Do you realize what you were saying, Lady Aura? I flinched. My landlady used to say that I often acted impulsively without thinking things through. However, this was not something I had to think about. I only wanted to bring a smile to Saul's face. Yes, I do. Remembering what Saul asked before, I tried another tactic. In response to your earlier question, yes, you will be accepted. A flicker of hope passed over Saul's face, but it was fleeting. How can I be so sure? They're your family, Saul. How can they not? He seemed unsure of my words, still hesitating by the window. I can't remember what they're talking about. When I looked closer, I saw that he was biting his lips, which suggested Saul did want to believe what I said. I searched my memories, and a perfect example came to mind. Do you remember when Dion said a couple of weeks ago about how he misses you being yourself? Shouldn't that tell you? I lost strength in my voice through thoughts breaking down. Instead of a hopeful smile, Saul's expression became cold. Colder than I thought he could ever appear. Saul? With all due respect, Lady Aura, my older brother is the reason I'm trapped in this role. At first I didn't understand what he meant. Right. The end should have been the air. I wonder why. Before I could collect and speak my thoughts, Sol turned away. I'm sorry, Lady Aurora, but I'd like to be alone. But Sol... I stopped when he turned away from me. My shoulders dropped with rejection. This topic was obviously hurting him, but I couldn't think of anything comforting to say. Okay, Sol, I understand. Good luck with your work today. I hurried out of the room, my chest tight with pain.